Hi, Mike and Arlene, our Philippine journey. What a day. I am really trying to process in my mind the absurdity of some of the emails we've received over the past couple of months. It certainly shows that inbreeding has not conquered Darwinism. Let's talk about it.
I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance, no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
So before we start, let me say this. We really appreciate you watching, and we really appreciate all of our subscribers. And if you aren't a subscriber, please consider doing so. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. So we get a lot of email. A lot of people don't feel comfortable using their YouTube channel to post questions. So they email us questions. And we try to answer all of our email. Obviously, the trolls, we don't answer. Obviously, anything that's, highly illegal or even barely illegal, we don't answer. I mean, it's really that simple. With that being said, we get some crazy ass questions. We really do. Now, I'm going to tell you, here's an example. All right. I have an email from a guy. You know what? We're going to call him Chester the Molester because that's the category I think he probably falls in. Okay. Now, Chester emails and says, look, how much does a blowjob cost on Walking Street? Now, he's got a list of questions. How much does a blowjob cost on Walking Street? Let's quit using that word. How much does it cost for somebody to honk my bobo? Okay. Well, the answer to that is we have no idea. Arlen and I don't do that. Okay? We don't bar fine. We tell people this all the time. We don't bar fine. Okay? That being said, we've heard numbers, but I have no idea. I know what it costs for a bar fine. What do you get for it? You get somebody's time and companionship. Other than that, I got no idea. All right. It's kind of absurd, but we can't put a price on something we don't know. But the list goes on of his questions. He says, okay, if I bar fine a girl and I bring her back to my apartment and I want to go more than one round, is it going to cost me extra? Well, probably. I mean, doesn't that make kind of, or, didn't you renegotiate that or negotiate that before you left or whatever? I got no idea. Just got no idea. All right. That's kind of like, telling you, he's the guy that's working the French fry machine over at McDonald's. How many fries is in a large fry? I got no fucking clue. Really? Think about it. Now, then his next question is, well, if I'm not satisfied, do I get my money back? I doubt it. I really do. I don't know what satisfied means, but who knows? Maybe I don't have an answer for that either. Okay? I mean, these are questions that create a conundrum that can't be answered, on a platform that's public and for material and information that we just don't know. Now, I think this is the guy, it makes you wonder what these guys do, some of them, for a living? I mean, is this the guy that replaces the urinal cakes at the truck stops? Or, is he the guy that cleans the oil machine at McDonald's? I got no clue what these guys do. I really and truly don't. Now, we get worse questions, and I'm going to come up with another video. In fact, I think I may try and do one video a week, just going through questions. All right. Now, we're not done with Chester by any way, shape, or means. Okay. What we are going to do is try and sanitize the questions a little bit. All right. And just say what we think. Now, this guy goes on to describe some, what I would call, in any environment. I mean, if you were the chicken ranch in Nevada, I'm sure you could pay for it, but it would cost you tens of thousands of dollars, knowing Vegas prices and stuff like that. I mean, he's talking about some kinky ass shit that I don't even think was listed on the kinky stuff that Pornhub shows, but could be. I don't know. So he goes through a couple of more questions, and finally he gets to the last one. And the last question is Mike, do you and Arlen happen to know what the best place? Do you think it would be better for me to bar find a girl or go to a massage parlor, spa, all right, whatever it was, the massage parlor is what he said. I'm calling it a spa. I would like to get an enema as part of my gratification. And at that point, I'm like, holy shit, I'm in the wrong line of information here. All right. Obviously, I've owned a topless bar in the past as a business investment, but we didn't work at it. Okay. I just owned it. But that was not my main line of work, for God's sakes. And secondly, Arlen and I aren't into enemas. I make that perfectly clear right now. And then he starts to ask a couple of other questions. And one of the things that we find out is that people who expect the internet to solve their problems and then get pissed when their advice that they get from the internet doesn't work. Well, we're not going to give you advice on getting your bobo honked. We're not going to give you advice on enemas, and we're not going to get you advice on refunds, okay? So don't look here for that kind of advice. I'm sorry. Maybe somebody else can. I have no idea. But Chester, we're just not going to work well with it. Now, the other problem is Chester, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to beg you, prolifically beg you, please, if you're messing around with your cousins, wrap it, buddy. All right? Do not breed whatever you do. Okay? That's all I can say. I mean, I just don't know what to say. I mean, think about it for a second. Do people have no shame I mean, even if I was trolling and asking these kind of questions, I'd be, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to have some sort of way of making sure that nobody could ever identify me for pretending to want to know the answers to these questions. There's just no shame in some people. This guy claims he's from Birmingham, UK, somewhere in the UK. Birmingham, I think, is what it was. All right. And it was well composed and, not any typographical errors. And I guess spell check works good enough for that. I have typographical errors all the time. But what can I say? All right. Perhaps you might be better off just staying where it is, go to work every day, put the new urinal cakes in the urinals, all right? And don't be hanging around that men's room too much. Otherwise, We hope you have a great day. Thanks.